Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Valorant APAC challenges. Finally, after all the regions have finished off, I get to now finally talk about the challenges for the APAC region. So how this is going to work, so obviously I'm just going to be talking about the teams and the format and everything, and when it gets to the playoffs I'll be doing my predictions, because I did saw someone commented in the video um, that they want to see an APAC an APAC predictions, and I will be doing that only for the playoffs. That also goes for the same for all the regions as well. So North America, EMEA, Korea, Japan, Brazil, Latin America, all those regions I'll be making a predictions when it gets into the playoffs. So let's get started with this video. So I guess the format, so it'll be a play-ins tournament, March 10th to the 13th. So it'd be double elimination format in groups. With 8 low seed teams. Each group has 4 teams or matches. We don't know. The top 2 teams will advance to the group stages, and then the group stage right here, which goes on March 16th to the 21st. 4 double elimination format groups. 12 high seed teams, 4 play-in teams. Each group has 4 teams. The top 2 teams from each group will advance into the knockout, and the knockout, which is the double elimination bracket. So that's basically the playoffs, March 24th to 27th, and the top 2 teams will qualify for Stage 1 Masters. So here are the group stage teams. So these teams basically get a free bye from the play-in teams. So you got Zerzia, made in Thailand. Both of them were from the Thailand challenges. Got Southbuilt Esports and Naus Esports from the Philippines challenges. Boom Esports and Boy with Love from the Indonesian challenges. Piperex and Bleed Esports from the Malaysian Singapore challenges. Oblivion Force from the Hong Kong Taiwan challenges. Cerberus Esports from the Vietnamese challenges. Velocity Gaming from the VCC Stage 1. And Bonkers from the Valorant Oceania Tour. So those are the teams who will be, I think 12 teams who will be in it, or who will be in the group stages. So these are also the rosters as well. I talked about Zerzia for a bit in the X10 video, in the APAC competitor ruling video. Obviously, Zerzia has 4 out of the 5 X10 crit players. Surf was added in a little bit later. There's Made in Thailand, Southbuilt Esports, Naus Esports, Boom Esports, Boys with Love, who has Asterix and Eeyore. I think they were formerly from, I can't remember what team it was. They used to be from a team. It was Boom Esports. Okay, so they were formerly from Boom Esports, and they just found another team, I guess, with Boy with Love. Paper obviously one of the best teams in the Malaysian Singapore challenges. They got Bleed Esports, the most famous one because they have Pith, who was formerly from G2 Esports, like 2021, like very, very, very early in the game. They got Oblivion Force, Cerberus Esports, Velocity Gaming, and then Bonkers, which is the Australian one. And they did have some roster issues. I think Nice Hacks was unable to acquire a passport to travel to Asia, so Noz is going to be playing for him, and I think they also added the new coach of Pilski. Tradition was already coach for this team, and then has Cass as the substitute. Obviously, I really thought that Order was going to win it, but Bonkers did really, really good. So good job by Bonkers. Now, for the 8 playing teams, these are teams who's going to try to get a spot in the group stages. So we got Full Sense from the Thailand challenges, Action PH from the Philippine challenges, Onyx Esports from the Indonesian challenges, NN from the Malaysian Singapore challenges, Fancy United Esports from the Vietnamese challenges, including Team Big Bam, Griffin Esports from the Hong Kong Taiwan challenges, and Global Esports from the VCC Stage 1. So those are the 8 teams. Here's just the rosters for them as well. Full Sense have been looking exactly the same. I think the only one is they added Thea back into the lineup because Thea used to be in the team. There's Action PH and Onyx Esports, then NN, Fancy United Esports, Team Big Bam, Griffin Esports, and Global Esports. Obviously, the team that most people know from last year's APAC LCQ. For the play-ins, let's have a look at that. So Group A, we consist of Team Big Bam, Onyx Esports, Full Sense, and Action PH. In my opinion, if I had to give out my predictions of who's going to make it into the group stage, I'll say Full Sense and Action PH for Group A. Group B has Griffin Esports, Fantasy United Esports, and then a Global Esports. For this one, I'll probably say Fantasy United Esports and Global Esports as my picks. Let's now move on to the group stages. Gaboom Esports made in Thailand and Cerberus Esports, and to be determined for Group A. I can't remember what it's like. I think it's the first place from Group A, I'm guessing, and second place from Group A will be in Group C, and then first place from Group D will be first place from Group B will be in Group B, second place from Group B will be in Group D. I think that's how it is, but I might be wrong. Group B, speak of that, has Pipirex, Bonkers, and Boy with Love. Group C has Zerzia, Naus Esports, and Bleed Esports, and Group D has Southfield Esports, Velocity Gaming, and Oblivion Force. And here is the knockout or the playoffs for the APAC challenges, and I'll be doing my predictions for that. I guess I'll give as well a little bit of an update on how Japan, Latin America is going. So for Japan, we've already got confirmed 4 teams: Reject is A Division, IGZ, and Crazy Raccoon. Week 2, here is just the teams, I guess. Fennel, Blue Bees, Sengoku Gaming, and Northeption were from the Week 1 matches. And Crest Gaming, Reignite, Detonator, and Fave Gaming came from the Open Qualifier. And then Latin America, so first, I guess we'll first start off with the North. Playoffs have just have almost begun. I'm probably maybe do the playoffs for Latin America as a whole. So no, just North and South. So here's the playoffs, and actually, you know, let's have a look at the standings first. So Exolus Laser is in the lead with 5-0, then Fusion, 6 Karma, both 3-2, Infinity with 2-3, Rise Gaming, Border Monsters 5th and 6th. Doesn't really matter, they've been eliminated. Playoffs, Exolus Laser and Fusion in the upper bracket final, 6 Karma and Infinity in the lower bracket round 1. It's pretty of a weird bracket, but it's alright, I guess. Latin America South, they have one more match to go, which is Crew versus Leviathan. So that'll be, I'm probably maybe actually watch that, maybe, I don't know, it just depends on the timing. But obviously obviously Crew and Leviathan are the best teams in the Latin America South region. So that'll be really interesting to watch of who is really the best. But 9Z team and Optics have already placed their spots in the lower bracket round 1. Ebro and Metagaming are out 5th and 6th. In Crew and Leviathan, they're basically already in. No matter what, they're both 4-0. One of them will be losing a match. So that'll be really interesting to watch that. And that's really about it, I think, for today's video. And obviously, Latin America, the top 2 from the playoffs will be competing for 1 spot at Masters, and whoever is second place will go into the Latin America versus Brazil playoffs for basically 1 more spot for either of them, for either Brazil or Latin America. So that's really about it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.